This meeting is being recorded.
And we are live. It's the most wonderful time of the year, as the song goes. March Madness NCAA Tournament Preview, sponsored by The Scene, all capital letters, SCEN on Facebook. If you're on YouTube, S.C.E.N. It's Trav, it's Hamm, live from an undisclosed location. Special guest in the building, Gregory Jones, G2 Hoops. He's a busy brother. So we're going to lead, and we also are gentlemen too on this show. We're going to lead with the ladies to start on the tournament preview. Of course, we're going to hit the men's action tough, but we're going to lead with our ladies because we got a special guest who's first in the field, can break it down for us. But before we bring G2 into the conversation, Trav, what's going on, man?
It's the best time of the year if you're a college basketball fan, man. Get your brackets, man. Fill it out, man. Have fun with it. That's what it's all about, man. You know what it is, man. Hamm, talk to him, man.
See, when you work early in the morning and you get off in the middle of the day, you pretty much get to enjoy all the action. So I'm good with it, rolling off the top Thursday. I'm gonna even do the unusual. I'm gonna try to watch some first four activities going on Tuesday and Wednesday. I'm gonna try. I mean, hey, it's just what it is. I don't know nobody that's there, but hey, that's what it's all about.
Shout out to the play-in game. Hamm, I'm like you. The tournament don't really start for me till Thursday.
Thursday,
but
right.
You know what? I think after 2020, when we didn't have a tournament at all, I kind of feel like we can't really take any of it for granted. So if I can be up at 10:30 at night watching Texas Corpus Christi versus Southeast Louisiana with my guy Trav, or 10:30 on a Saturday night, I can sit through the play-in game. But we're going to get into it, man. We're going to start with the women. We got Greg Jones, G2 Hoops, well-versed in the women's game. Hamm had a post, Greg, that said South Carolina versus everybody on his Facebook page earlier in the day. So is it as simple as South Carolina versus everybody, or are there other threats to Dawn Staley's crew?
Well, first and foremost, thank you for having me on. I appreciate every single time y'all, invite me to the Palace. Start with that.
Here you go with this.
I appreciate it, all right? You know what I'm saying? The Palace is lovely. Hamm got the cookies on deck. I appreciate all this. Hit Hamm up for these cookies. Y'all playing around with my boy. He got the cookies. Hit him up. Get in tune. Now, get it back to Hamm's post. South Carolina versus everybody. I love Coach Dawn Staley. She has an incredible team. Aaliyah Boston is the National Player of the Year.
Yeah.
But it's going to be tough. It's going to be tough. Stanford is clicking on all cylinders. UConn, the best thing that could happen to UConn was Paige getting hurt early, because it allowed the rest of the crew to get confidence in themselves. And then you got Evina Westbrook. You got like AZ Flood, you have Williams, like you got, players that now are back to themselves of being All-Americans in high school, and they got that bounce back to them, So, and that other region, man, I don't know, man. It's either going to be Louisville or Tennessee. And I got people on both sides of that. That's even alum, of course, but also currently playing. So I don't know who to pick, but it's gonna be tough. I think people are kind of going with this whole thing of South Carolina versus Iowa, because I believe they're in the same region, but that's not gonna be a game. That ain't even gonna be close. Caitlin Clark, as good as she is, you're not stopping that juggernaut down there by yourself. Like that's just not gonna happen. That's one of them. Welcome to the torture chamber games. That's gonna be, you know what I mean. So I'm pretty excited for the women's tournament. I'm also excited to see how they are going to market them this year. Now with all the finalists that came out last year, and I guess they're they're coming off trying to seem like they're making a more conscious effort to make things a little bit more equal, I guess, to some degree. And as far as spending money and seeing different individuals, I mean, the first commercial I saw directed towards the women's tournament was the Buick commercial last night, and that was interesting to me because I've never seen a commercial directed towards the women's March Madness. So so that's a step in the right direction, and the more visibility that the young ladies could have, the more the merrier. But yeah, I don't think it's gonna be easy, man. Like it's gonna be tough. But I mean, South Carolina has all the pieces. I think that Zaya Cook and Henny, they got to step up in the backcourt. Aaliyah Boston's going to do what she's just going to do. Between Bria Beal and Mikasa Robinson at Louisville, those are probably the two best defenders in the country. So I'm interested to see that matchup when South Carolina does play Iowa, to see what Caitlin Clark is able to get off on Bria Beal.
Yeah. And I think that's all. I think that's kind of been, I'm not going crazy. I'm kind of late to the women's game this season, and that's for me kind of what's been is South Carolina with just this wave of just five to eight players that they can just roll out you, even 9 to 10, versus the great individual player in Caitlin Clark. And I think I agree with you. I just don't think Iowa has enough outside of her against a South Carolina team that has that much depth.
Man, Iowa just don't have enough horses. I mean, it's just simple. Like, they ain't got enough. Like, that's a whole different ball game they about to be playing in. You know what I mean? So I think it's gonna be a great tournament. This year I'll be at the women's Final Four this year in Minneapolis too. So like I said, it's gonna be a great tournament. But my dark horse really is Tennessee. I was hoping that Tennessee and Louisville were not in the same region, and Tennessee kind of fell off a little bit towards the end with a few injuries, and because they really was supposed to be a 1 seed at one point in the season, and so it's going to be a great season. And then of course I think we got, after the championship's over, I think it's like 2 weeks until the WNBA draft, so that's going to be interesting as well to see which young ladies get their dreams, this welcome to them as far as getting into the league, and now you playing with the grown women now.
Trav, I know you've been checking out a lot more of the women's game of late. Who outside of South Carolina, who are you looking at?
My sleeper is Big Blue Nation women's side. Was Ryan Howard, his daughter or whatever, monster. They've been getting healthy at the right time with what's her name, Treasure Hunt, and you got number 44 also. They met. I ain't never seen a team match up with South Carolina as well as they did in the SEC championship game. They was all healthy at the right time, and they walked them down like. I ain't never seen South Carolina just get walked down like that either. Like, they pride got taken away from them that day. They some dogs, man. They some dogs. I'm talking about, yes. And like G2 said, that Louisville team, man, if they play like they played against Notre Dame, first quarter, 40-3?
That was. Hey, we was, man. Let's see. How can I say this? Because I got people at Notre Dame.
I understand.
One of my kids gonna be at Notre Dame next year playing for them. But that I have never seen anything like that. Like that was crazy. Like, and they was just punching him in the mouth, kicking him in the head. I'm like, y'all got to fight back. This is about to get ugly.
In the words of Bret the Hitman Hart, that was called the excellence of execution. And Louisville Pride, old girl that just won a championship. She was there too, right? They just showed out in front of her. Like,
it was funny because so we sat right behind the bench, and every time they made a play, someone made a move, they look back at her like for approval, and I'm like, oh, this is hilarious. Then you look across the court, Skylar hot, Skylar was so high sitting across the court.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what I'm saying? So it was hilarious. It was funny. And then, you know, they did a little thing for Skylar about, you know, making it to the finals this year. Then the whole Louisville crowd was like, well, we got the champ right here though. So like that was hilarious. You know what I mean? So it was a great time. But yeah, like if Louisville was playing like they did against Notre Dame, they're gonna be tough to beat.
And one more team I do want to mention, Stanford girls ain't no punks.
That's actually the team.
No, not at all.
They didn't win that national
That
championship
is
for
my
nothing.
that's my non-South Carolina pick to win the whole thing.
That's what I was gonna say as well. You know what I'm saying? Regardless of them, it's just like, yo, they have the cachet. They know how to do this. And,
They are a well-oiled machine.
right.
They ready to run up against anybody. So
It starts at the head though. See who the coach, and she don't care who she play.
she gonna get results. She getting results. She getting results.
It's funny. Okay, not to get off subject a little bit, but why do you think at Stanford the women have been able to figure it out as far as Coach T, but on the men's side they can't figure it out? And then like, what other Power 5 school that's like that has that same issue and struggle?
That's a good question. I might think about that one, but you're right. Stanford has been a blue blood women's program for as long as I can remember, with the same academic standards.
And even when everyone was talking about USC, rightfully so, Stanford was still winning.
Yeah, Stanford. Yeah,
Greg,
we that might be a bigger
That's a
issue.
good question. That's a good question because the first team that comes to mind as far as like basketball like that, like they haven't yet figured it out on the men's side, but the women's side, they got it. Even with the change, LSU.
Oh yeah.
LSU women still been rolling. But the man, I mean, we can go back to Ben Simmons if you want to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember at one time Vanderbilt women were real solid and the men were too. Just in that, you know, they were just both solid in that way. You know, they both were Sweet 16 level, you know what I'm saying, in that way, but just kind of conversely going the other way. I can't think of too many.
That's definitely something maybe this offseason we take a look at is who has a lopsided basketball program. That'll be a real interesting conversation.
Right.
So let's jump over to the men's playing game kicking off tomorrow as we tape this, or Tuesday. When the brackets came out, fellas, the first thing I thought was the beast of the beast of the East. G2 asked us in January to pick a Final Four. Obviously, you know, you don't have the brackets, so you just pick the 4 teams you think you're going to, you know, your 4 teams. Mm-hmm. 3 of my 4 teams are playing in the East.
Really?
Yeah.
Who did you have? That's crazy.
I had, if I'm in Trav's going to pull the brackets up, I had Duke. Well, I know 2 of them because I had Duke, Purdue, Kentucky, and Gonzaga in January.
Yeah.
And I'm in Purdue and Duke, I know are in the East. Am I right?
No, Kentucky.
Kentucky, Purdue are in the same bracket. If they win, they're gonna see each other.
They gotta
like
play
16.
Yep.
And Baylor is the 3rd team in that.
Baylor is the 1 seed on this east side.
And you said Duke
and Gonzaga,
right?
And Gonzaga is the 1 seed on the west. They still on that left side of that bracket.
Yeah. And Duke is the 2.
And Duke is the 2. Everybody that you name is on the left side of that bracket.
So let's start there. The East region, I think it's the toughest bracket of the 4.
It is.
Ham, what you think?
I think I got Kentucky.
You got Kentucky winning out? You got Kentucky now?
Oh.
Yeah. Woo. I don't know. I gotta go with my Boilermakers.
And I did it to aggravate Trav. It's kind of going, because they put you on the band, Big Shot. I appreciate this shit. So
I appreciate it.
he had activity
Yeah.
on Maine, yeah.
I would tell you what I like about Purdue. I'm with G2. I like Purdue. And this is kind of the process of elimination we go through. Baylor, for me, unlike last year, they still play pretty good defense, but last year they were choking people out on defense. Yeah. They choke you out.
I think people were scared of them last year.
Yeah, people couldn't get the ball across half court on Baylor last year. And also, and Trav and Hamm, we've talked about this. G2 know what it is too. We talk about guard play all the time. James Akanjo at the point is a little too loosey-goosey with the rock for me. And I think Purdue, with the way they take care of the ball, and they got two things that nobody really got a matchup for. When you talk about Williams and Edey. Williams and Edey beat you up on the post, that high post action. I just really like Purdue's makeup. I like the guards. I like the big fellas. I like the way they run. So a tough region. It's definitely not a sure thing, but I really like Purdue getting out of that.
Hey man, that East, man, it's a dogfight. It's just a flat out dogfight, man. I mean, like you said, Baylor, North Carolina been playing good ball also. North Carolina, for some, I mean, ever since they spoiled Coach K Knight last week, they've been on. UCLA is still in there. UCLA, what, 4 seed? I want to say they're 4 seed. Texas, and of course you got Purdue, Murray State, and Kentucky.
That's somebody they bogus for that. That's rough. You gonna have to really be at it to win 4 games in a row out of that.
I honestly, go ahead.
You know what it reminds me of?
What's that?
It reminds me of the 2014 Midwest region. Where Wichita State was 34-0. Louisville was in that region. Michigan was in that region. Kentucky was in that region.
Kentucky was in that region.
8.
Kentucky was 8, yeah.
Kentucky was 8.
And that shit got funky real fast.
Man, what was that? Wichita State, what, 35-0?
34-0 coming in.
34-0, yeah. So yeah, it got ugly quick.
Let's move over to East.
Tennessee was also in that region. They came from the first 4 and got to the Sweet 16 with Conzo Martin. I remember that shit.
Let's go
Conzo.
G2, you always give us a team that we like, hey, under the radar squad. It don't necessarily have to be in the East. Mm-hmm. But just a couple of under the radar, like, if they might catch a couple people.
Okay, so we can look at this one of 2 ways. You want to look at it kind of like a Cinderella story, or a team that's not really a Cinderella, but they might hit somebody upside the head. Like they might.
So let's go. Somebody who is like 4, somebody like a seed lower than 4, like 4 to.
Let's see. Trav, can you tell me the 4 and 5 seeds?
The 4 and 5 seeds, you got UConn. Okay, in the West.
There you go.
You got UConn.
That's it.
I knew. UConn, yes.
You got some hitters at the 4 and 5 though.
I tell you what. I'm going to say UConn because I know how you are about UConn, and UConn guys are good. Now I'm gonna tell you something. Arkansas, Norte, please be on the lookout.
Now, that's why I was like 4 and 5, because the Muss bus is rolling. Like Musselman, that's my guy. Mm-hmm. He's a mad scientist, and every year, I mean, they call him the transporter because every year he getting kids, and it doesn't. I don't know what it is exactly about the him, and I mean I do, but I don't, in the sense of he's like the only one right now in college basketball that can take a kid that was somewhere for 3 years, 4 years, however long, and immediately put them into his system, and they're rolling. And he's done it every single year, even when he was at Nevada with the Martin twins. So it's one of those things that when you got a coach that's that energetic, that's a mastermind with X's and O's, and you actually can get the kids to believe in you, that's dangerous.
Big Shot, I got something for you. And
okay.
And with the group that we in 94 Feet of Life, and in our group chats and stuff like that. These two teams right here, for the guys that's up north of us, they like these two teams at the 4 and the 5 spot. One of them is a drag out and the other is for home. Houston is the 5 seed in the South, and Illinois is the 4 seed in the South. Talk to me about that, man, because Houston, your boy Samson.
when you play Houston, it's gonna be a fight. And they lost Sasser. They've lost people this year. They're not a fully healthy team, but still, they're gonna fight you. And Illinois, Kofi came back, has had a great year. But this is where, if they meet in the second round, I think Houston can kind of cut the head of the snake off, and they can limit Kofi's touches by just making it tough on the perimeter. They make you where you can't get the ball into them. But Illinois could either be gone the first weekend, or they could be playing in the regional final. They have that they can be kind of all over the place. That would be a tough second round of them. Illinois Houston second round would be tough.
And Ham, I'm gonna give you this one. We're gonna stay in the Midwest. Iowa, Big Ten champs, and we got Providence. I don't know about you. I like Providence.
I like Providence, even though they left us with their foul taste.
Yes.
Coming off the Big East tournament, getting, gangster slapped like the way they got gangster slapped. And then Iowa, of course, playing, the way that they playing, winning the Big Ten. I thought that they probably would have got better than a 5 after that, but whatever. I'm indifferent in regards to Iowa in that regard. What's my man name at Providence? Ed Cooley?
Yeah.
Yeah. See, I fucks with Ed Cooley. He's solid. So I'm rolling with them on that one. I'm with Trav, Providence on that one. If we get that matchup. Because you never know. With this kind of thing, we'll fuck around against South Dakota State and Richmond. I'm just... they get the cracking real early, but hey, it is what it is. It's March. That's what it's all about.
And
Now I'll say about South Dakota State.
They gonna play.
Number 1 field goal percentage in the country, the number 1 3-point field goal percentage in the country.
Oh Lord.
Really? So,
yes.
Providence may be at the crib by dinner.
Right. Grand closing for somebody.
Yes. I think Providence gonna pull it off, but South Dakota is nothing to play with.
Yeah, I watched them play on championship week, and I was like, oh.
Yes.
Okay. Now, Ham, we got to come back to you because, as we talked about in the pre-show meeting, the Memphis Tigers playing their first NCAA tournament game since 2014. For y'all who've been with us, 94 Feet of Life only been open since 2015. So this is really historical. As much as we have our jokes and banter, obviously they lost to Houston, but Memphis was a really hot ball club going into the American Championship. Hamm, what is the tenor and the mood in Shelby County, Tennessee, leading up here to Thursday afternoon?
They went from 9-8 to 21-10. Okay, we like that. A couple wins over Houston. Okay, we'll take that too. In there, we cool with that part. I made a post when the joint when what was that? When the bracket first hit, I'm like, okay, they're in Portland. They're gonna probably give them the game after Gonzaga. They're gonna probably give Gonzaga the prime time slot. They put the Tigers on after that. These fuckers put these folks on at 10:45 Pacific time. Wendy's is still serving breakfast and they gonna be hooping. It's funny as hell in that regard to me, but they in. I mean, that's really where it's at. It's like, okay, what time they playing? All right, cool. I need to know if I need to skip work or stream, excuse me, or do whatever it is that I need to do Thursday at 12:45 Central Standard Time. Because I'm gonna watch the Tigers. And so it's like we rolling. Cats feel like, okay, it's a lot of looking ahead. They like the hell with Boise State. We don't know nothing about them in basketball. When Kellen Moore ain't there, this ain't Jared Sabratsky. This ain't football. You know what I'm saying? So we don't know no hoopers from Boise State. So it's like we ain't looking at them. We looking at them trees. That's the 1 seed. So it's a lot of folks that's looking ahead, and they might need to. It might be warranted. Hey, but then Memphis could also be back at home Thursday night eating dinner with us.
Bring G2 back into the conversation. So G2, you Arkansas heavy. Is there a darker horse than Arkansas that you like?
Yep, it is. And I can't even remember what region they're in, but for some odd reason, I think Yale gonna knock somebody out.
Reason are they in? Let me find them.
Yeah, I watched Yale's.
Like that guard that they got at Yale,
they're right there in that big bad East. Big bad East.
They got Purdue? No, we taking that back.
I
can't remember who they had. No.
They in East.
Edit that.
You know what? They right there.
Oh my goodness.
That's their first matchup.
I like that game against Princeton. I mean that the guard, he's a pro. The guard that they got.
Mm-hmm.
Like I like him. So yeah, we're not picking Yale. Not Yale. I would say, man, let me think about that. Who dark horse? Man,
who they play?
Yeah, who? I know we don't think we touched the South region. What's going on in the South region?
Okay,
I got a biased one. I think my biased one comes from the South. The biased dark horse that is.
Who is that?
It's Tennessee, which I thought that they got robbed seed-wise too.
Hey,
Ham,
I'm rolling with you on with that Ham, and for a few reasons. One, I think I don't know why it's reminding me of that scene in Color Purple with Whoopi, because Texas did Rick Barnes wrong, and ever since he left there, he been at Tennessee every year. He been building and building and building.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm with you. I'm gonna say Tennessee is dark horse.
Did Tennessee did that coach have Admiral Schofield, or was that he had Schofield?
Yeah, Schofield
and Williams and
Jordan Bone, right?
And that point guard.
Yeah, Jordan Bone.
Yeah. Okay. He's been rolling. He's been putting out good product in this tournament, man.
Now I will say this to the Tennessee faithful on behalf of the Memphis faithful, and I'm not even really on one side or the other in this regard. but Tennessee does a lot of looking down their nose at Memphis. Now, we can say this. Yeah, motherfuckers ain't been to a Final Four. At least, at least Memphis got shit stricken from the record. People saw it, but I
Has
ain't been to a
Tennessee
Final
ever
Four.
been to a Final Four?
I don't think
Tennessee never
Tennessee
to a Final
been to
Four.
the Final Four.
They
Not
got
they
to the Elite
man,
Eight in
not they
2010.
man ball club. They was that the Elite Eight when they lost? That was that Purdue they lost to?
They lost to Michigan State in 2010.
No, what was that? They went to
That's
like
because they
about two
had
or three overtimes.
they
Was
lost because that's
with
when they had
Admiral,
JP.
with Admiral and all them.
That was in the Sweet 16 when they lost to
Okay,
Purdue.
okay,
That was a couple years ago.
okay.
All right. So let's go to. We about 30 minutes in, so let's just kind of do it. So let's kind of pick out. So Trav, who you got? So the Final Four. Let's kind of hit the region by region. Just kind of do a quick Final Four pick, real quick. Who are the top? Because I don't think it's gonna be. I think it's a parity tournament, but I don't think it's gonna be. I don't think we're gonna get like a 9-10 seed going to the Final Four. I don't think that's gonna happen in any region. So to make this easy, unless y'all got this on the different Trav, let's start with the South.
Yeah,
Give us the 1 through 4 seeds in the South.
Arizona is the 1. Villanova is the 2. Tennessee is the 3. 4 is Illinois, and 5 is Houston.
Give me Tennessee in the South. G2, you got somebody outside of those 5?
Ooh, wait. Man, I don't know. Come back to me.
Okay. And you got outside any of those 5 in the South going to the finals?
First of all, shout out to Colin Gillespie. He on he been there since Mike Nardi was at Villanova. So I'll throw that out there. But Tennessee is really like my dark horse. And they're going to not necessarily be a dark horse. They're just going to go ahead and be the South region representative because they got a Memphis point guard who's the SEC tournament MVP.
Chandler.
Trav, you got anybody outside of those 5? Or you gonna pick one of those?
You know what? They ain't at that 2 spot for nothing, man. I'm going Nova.
Colin
Going
Gillespie
Nova.
been there since '97.
Because Arizona, I mean, like I said, they ain't got them bright cats no more. They got Pookie and Ray them over there, man. And Arizona's tough.
Yeah, they are.
Arizona's tough, but Nova, they know how to get there. I think they know how to get there. And I'm gonna go Nova.
All right. So who's on the south side of the bracket? Who's the other region next to the South?
Oh, you got the South and you got the Midwest.
All right. So who are the top 5 in the Midwest?
Top 5 in the Midwest. That's Kansas. Auburn is the 2. The 3 is Wisconsin. 4 is Providence, and 5 is Iowa.
Give me Auburn.
Oh my God. Yeah, give me Auburn.
Give me Auburn.
He didn't bought him a team. He didn't bought him a team down there.
Two SEC teams in the Final Four in football and basketball. For his story.
Kansas has let me down too many times.
Shout out to Ribby Martin. He's been in school for a long time.
Remy's on director of housing status, but I've had Kansas. I've gone to the well with Kansas one too many times, as they say in wrestling. I can't.
And shout out to a Will Wadeless LSU checking in at the 6th seed.
G2, you gotta make a pick this time, man. We can't come back to you, man.
Yeah.
Oh, Kansas is the 1 seed, right? In that one?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Kansas 1 and Auburn's the 2.
I don't know why, but seeing how they played yesterday, Man, I think Iowa is somehow going. Man, hey, things when you got you a bona fide pro, and they got one.
Yeah, they got one.
Things could change rare, like really, really quickly. So I think I don't know why, and I can't stand Iowa, but I don't know why. But I just got a feeling that, man, if they play like they played yesterday, they're gonna be fine.
Oh,
Keegan is a 1990s All-American.
Yes.
Yeah.
Keegan is very much reminds you of the. We don't know what's going to happen at the next level, but he's that Ed O'Bannon,
yes,
type where you got just a solid All-American dude. So that's one side of the bracket. So I got Tennessee. Like, go ahead.
And I don't know why this name just popped in my head, but he kind of reminds me of like how Antoine Jameson was for Carolina.
Yeah, that's a good comparison.
So I got Tennessee and Auburn on one side, on that half. So on the other side, we talked about the East. I'm still taking. I'm holding with Purdue. But Trav, give us the 1 through 5 in the East, just as a reminder.
Baylor's 1, 2 is Kentucky, 3 is Purdue, 4 is UCLA, and 5 is St. Mary's.
Shout out to Omar Samhan and Patty Mills and Matthew Dellavedova.
All your international Auckland
the
Auckland players,
AAU
Australians, they all played over there.
I like Purdue, but any of those first 3, I think can get there. I think Kentucky, Baylor, or Purdue, any one of those 3 is not a bad pick.
If we get Kentucky and Baylor in a regional final, it can be officially named the Big Shot Run Special, Big Shot Run Classic in honor of, since y'all had my man holding out on watching these people through the rest of the regular season and try to blame that shit on all these shortcomings on my man Big Shot. He ought to go spoken word on y'all ass for that shit. Shout out to Worldwide List, man.
Who you got?
I'm rolling with Kentucky still. I really just because I'm just rooting for John. Because I know you could I know Big Shot, you also about to put him on trial.
That's the punishment for the band. The band is now I'm putting y'all on trial since you banned. Trav, is it safe to say it's Kentucky for you? Is that we even need to just skip that one?
I honestly think my guys can get there if the potential national player of the year play like he's supposed to play and don't get in foul trouble. We're hard to stop. Kentucky is hard to stop.
I think Vince Russo was on the damn committee putting this East region together though. This was WWE 1990 shit right here.
He doing that fist fight battle, Jeff.
G2, we know your allegiance lie with Purdue, so we can.
Yes, sir. Know absolutely.
All right, is in the final region is
the Gonzaga Invitational.
Yeah.
All right, who's 1 through 5 just for kicks?
Zags, Duke is 2, Texas Tech is the 3, Arkansas is the 4, and UConn is the 5.
I'll tell you what. I will tell you what. The basketball guys don't usually give us what we want. I am here for Gonzaga Duke Part 2.
I'm gonna tell you how this gonna end. You remember Louisville Duke Part 2, the one where Kevin Ware snapped his knee and they snapped the shit out of Duke after that?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And they played earlier that year in the Battle of Atlantis Championship, and Duke won that one.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I like this Duke team. I don't trust them.
Mm.
I like the guards, but I don't trust them. I like Roach better than I like Wendell Moore. Just
I
because Roach
don't
just playing phase.
Ham.
Just because he playing phase.
I like Wendell. I like Wendell Moore, man. Wendell
I
Moore.
like Wendell Moore though,
Him
but
and Kill.
Troy's the one I'm worried about. Trevor,
Kill
baby, he's the one I'm worried about.
Kill is a difference maker.
He can be a difference maker on good,
Either
bad.
side.
or
If it's
different.
positive, and you got a pissed off Coach K. Ain't too many
That
times you see a pissed off Coach K.
I like Big Mark Williams. I like what he bringing in. You know, he run the rim. He sending shit up out of there. AJ could be hit or miss some nights. AJ one of them dudes that can have one of them kind of tournaments that can prepare him to a lottery or not.
Yeah,
It's just
Paulo better stop getting caught up on his rim too.
he need to drink him some water.
So Pedialyte.
Stay away from stay away from the tequila. No, you ain't want no soda. You don't want no all sport. None of
No,
that.
none of that. Clear product only with
Man,
no bubble.
don't drink out no water
Good
fountain.
products with no alcohol. That is. Let's clarify this with this cat.
G2, Gonzaga Invitational, or is there somebody else?
I mean, I picked Gonzaga, but I won't be surprised if Arkansas find a way to come out of there.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Like I wouldn't be surprised. So I'm saying Gonzaga, but if Arkansas pull it out, I'm like, yeah, I can see that.
Norte is a type of player. This tournament fits a player like Norte. Norte
Yeah.
can give you 30 buckets. Just
Mhm.
Fuck.
boom,
Yeah.
boom. This is his type of tournament.
And then he got hitters with him too.
Yes.
You know,
Oh, yeah.
they feed and play off
That's
of him.
yep, and that's what makes them scary. Like, man, yeah, I say Gonzaga, but I won't be surprised with Arkansas. And in the South, I'm still gonna go with Arizona in the South.
Okay. So that makes my final four Duke, Purdue, Tennessee, Auburn. I'm going Purdue. G2, I'm riding with you. We
Right on.
going Purdue and Auburn in the national championship game.
Ooh.
And drum roll, Purdue wins the whole thing. The Big Ten has not had a national champion in a long time. Purdue breaks the drought, beating Auburn on the first Monday of April.
What's my guy 80 versus the other guy that Auburn got? That would be a nice matchup.
Yeah.
That would be a nice 7-foot matchup right there.
So who are y'all final fours based on that? Who playing on the first Monday night in April? Who winning the whole thing?
Oh, hey man, I just realized what I did though. I got 3 SEC teams in the Final Four.
Sometimes it be like that.
Tennessee,
I'm
Auburn,
cool with it,
Kentucky.
too. I'm cool with it. Now, I wouldn't. Would the Final Four matchup be the East region against the West region? Are they matched up on the same side?
The Final Four, yeah, East, West and East.
See, the poop guys can go ahead and really give us that Duke Kentucky joint right there.
Yes, man. This is it. This is
That would be
it.
cool. That would be cool. I don't know if it's gonna happen, but that would be cool. So I'm gonna stay with my chalk with Gonzaga with that one. And on Monday night, give me John against Bruce. Kill activity. A violation goes to the losers. I tell you what on that. Auburn
Trav.
for the win. Auburn for the win too.
So J-Ham got Auburn in Kentucky in the final game. Auburn winning it. I got Purdue, Auburn, Purdue winning it. Trav, who you got?
He stole my answer because on the left side, I got Zaga and Kentucky. Them the 2 1 seeds on the left side. On the right side, I got Nova and Auburn. I got Auburn beating Nova. And it's an SEC brawl, man. We owe them. We owe them. And why not do it on the biggest of stages?
Kentucky, Auburn on Monday, on the first Monday night in April.
I hope so.
G2.
Ooh, all right. So we got Gonzaga / Arkansas. I'm Zag. I'm gonna go Gonzaga. Purdue, Iowa, Arizona.
Okay.
G2,
Purdue.
that Iowa pick, I've been seeing that pick a lot, especially from Clark Kellogg and all them. I've been seeing that pick.
It's different when you got a bona fide pro is that wants to be there. Now that's the key part. That wants to be there and that's willing to do all the dirty work.
Mhm.
And that makes a big difference. So that's it. Zaga, Purdue, Iowa, Arizona. I'm going Purdue on Monday night. Purdue versus Iowa 2.0.
Oh wow, that's gonna be a big team.
And Purdue pulling it out, and I'm gonna be like Dame Dash on the Big Pimpin' video when we win.
So you know what? So 3 of us picked Auburn to go to the national championship game. That means they're gonna get knocked out the second round.
Right, they'll be chilling with us next weekend.
Now I get to fill out this chart right here. I can
So
do that.
there you have it, folks. That is your tournament breakdown, Final 4 picks. Fellas, I think, we always say it's every year what we think this tournament is. I don't know if it's going to be a lot of upset, but I think there's going to be a lot of close games.
Mm-hmm.
I think except for them like 116, 215s, after that, I think it's going to be a lot of close. I think you're going to have some second round games that are like regional finals. Mm-hmm. I think there's going to be some rough times. Saturday and Sunday is going to be, you're going to watch every game. But Saturday and Sunday this weekend is going to be rough.
Guard play, free throws. And big shot, our personal favorite, late game inbound situations.
Listen. Late game inbound situations. Can you, in G2, you on the sidelines, who can execute when that clock starts running? Who can execute at the end of the game? And we see it every year. Games are won and lost at that charity strike. Games are won and lost with turnovers.
Mm-hmm.
And some of these folks don't even be able to get the ball inbound sometimes, man. It's like, come on,
shoot. It's rough. This is one of those things. Like sometimes what I'll do, like for the tournament, I'll look at like albums, like different like rap albums, and try to like find different things with them. For whatever reason, this tournament reminds me of Enter the Woo 36 Chambers. Like you're gonna have to figure this thing out real quick, or it's gonna get ugly for some folks out here.
Yeah. It's some bad. That's why I think the first round I think goes to Spawn, but that second, we get to that Saturday and Sunday. I'm telling you, it's gonna get, as G2 said, it get ugly on the second. That second round is gonna get ugly. It's gonna get very ugly. But we here for all of it. We will definitely have shows during the tournament. When we get to Sweet 16 weekend, we will definitely be here for you, man. Shout out G2 taking time out of his schedule to be with us. Shout out Trav, J Ham, MJ, and Jerm being the cut. We'll definitely be joining us for some shows later on. It's the most wonderful time of the year. 94 feet of life. Basketball for the people, by the people. Enjoy the madness.